Welcome to my review for the Jewel Paradise Cove Resort. We're going to be covering a concierge room. As we go through this video, there's going to be some motion video, and then I'm going to also input some photos to help bring out some of the details of this room. Separated from this video, I also have some videos of the resort, a review for the resort, and some VR videos of this room, if that's helpful for you. So here's the entryway to the room. They put a chair and a mirror right next to the door. Right here, this door you're looking at brings you to the walk-in closet. I'll give you an interior shot of that later. You're going to notice here's the TV and stand. It's a really old flat screen. I mean, I haven't seen one this old in a long time. It is huge. Notice the air conditioner's up there. It's a split system, which I thought was odd, but it ties into something I figured out later. Here's your mini bar. And that, what I'm holding right there, that's what you use to control the temperature. Whatever you do, don't misplace that. Here's the bed and the sitting area. You'll notice right away there is no work area in this room. None. There's no good place to set up. Now, this bed, it looks nice. It is hard as a rock. Oh man, was it bad. I mean, yeah, you will toss and turn all night long. Here's the entrance to the bathroom. And it is a huge bathroom, as I'm going to show you in a minute. As we go forward here, this brings you out to the balcony. The lights are on your left. Here we are on the balcony. There's a drying rack. Nothing's going to dry out there, though. It's way too humid. If you want something to dry, you're much better off bringing it inside with the air conditioning. Right there is one of the bars and restaurants that stays out pretty late. It's also a great place to watch the sunset. There's a boardwalk that's running along here with the lights. The view's pretty good. I'll give you a photo of it at the end of the review. So here's the bathroom. The toilet's a little odd just because it's so close to this counter. Some people might have a hard time getting on and off of it. You know, if you have any type of maybe back issues, disability, anything like that, it could be rough. The sink isn't bad. It doesn't splash back, which is nice. They give you a big mirror. Only problem with it is the fan is nowhere near strong enough to keep it from fogging up. Here's the jacuzzi tub. They give you a massive jacuzzi tub in these rooms. It's a little old, showing its age. You can tell it's yellow. Part of ours was busted. The shower, really good water pressure the whole time. And this window here, it opens up if you want to get some fresh air in there instead of air conditioning. So here's the section where I'm going to break down just some of the details in the room. First, I couldn't leave this out. This is what's in front of everyone's room, how they identify, the numbers for all of them. They break this whole area down to 900s, 700s, 300s. They're all different blocks of rooms. So here's the door. Do you notice something? Yeah, there's a ton of light coming through this door. Now, the way they have this set up, it's an outside door. All the rooms are like that. They're not insulated. They are just straight wooden doors. This causes two big issues for the rooms. One, if you turn on the air conditioner, it'll either take forever or it will never get cold. The other big issue is noise. These are noisy rooms. So you might want to consider bringing some earplugs or something similar, sleeping pills, whatever, if you have a hard time sleeping if there's noise, because there is going to be noise. A lot of it, especially at night when the band gets going. So why am I showing you the air conditioner? Because this is the best place if you need to dry something. Actually hang it on the mirror right here. I'm not kidding, because that's the only place it's really going to dry with speed. It's kind of odd that they chose these air conditioners for these rooms. I mean, they're an efficient model, but they're an afterthought. And see, these were added to these rooms after a renovation, and you can tell in a lot of places they cut corners, not only in the rooms, but in the resorts when they did the renovation. So here's the vaulted ceilings. I'm pointing this out because it's odd. See, this room has vaulted ceilings, a massive walk-in closet, a big jacuzzi tub, large bathroom, but they wasted so much space. There's a lot of other nice features that are missing, like a workstation. Parts of this place just feel cramped. It's just an odd mix of like high-end amenities and basic things missing. So if you book a concierge room here, you get access to the minibar free of charge. You can get it stocked with Red Stripe, your choice of wine, whether it's white, red, or sparkling. They'll put some Pepsi, 7-Up, some juices in there for you. You might have to harass them a little bit to get it going. We had asked 3 times before they finally stocked it, but once they did, I mean, they kept it stocked. It never went dry. If you have any questions, you just call the concierge and they'll take care of it. They'll make sure that they get someone up there to stock it for you. It might take a little bit because we noticed one of the guys who normally opened up one of the bars, he was the one that went around after and stocked all the mini bars for everybody. So it might take a little bit, but normally by the afternoon you'll be stocked up. So here's the walk-in closet. Normally you'd only see one of these in a much more expensive room, but here you have it in this one, and it's an oddity. And I mean, it's a nice to have. You can pack all your stuff in there, but I can't help but thinking, I probably could have gotten it all in a normal closet with some drawers. And this space would have been so much better used in this room because parts of this room are just not comfortable and are cramped. You also notice through, see that door? That connects you to the other room. And it's an uninsulated door. So if you don't want to hear your neighbors and you don't want them to hear you, make sure you keep the door to the walk-in closet closed. So here's the view that we had. If you're on the 2nd or 3rd floor, you might be able to watch the sunset from your room. But even if you can't, right there in this photo, that's the sunset bar. It's on the 2nd floor of that building. It's probably one of the nicest places to watch the sunset. It actually beats your room for one reason. The balconies don't get much of a breeze. They're really kind of isolated and tucked in. That sunset bar gets a lovely breeze, which can keep you cool, because it's normally 70 and 80s when the sun is setting, and it's humid, so it can catch up to you. So overall, they're pretty nice rooms. But like I kind of mentioned earlier, they're weird. They have a lot of wasted space. They've got features that look really nice and really great on paper, but they're really not very usable. For instance, that walk-in closet. Yeah, it's great. You put your stuff away, but how much are you going to use a walk-in closet on a vacation? A workstation would have been much nicer, or just more room to navigate the room. The vaulted ceiling, that's great, but it's completely empty. They didn't decorate it or anything. It's just this massive empty space. The bathroom, that tub it's huge. It's nice, but it is brutal to get in and out of. And one thing you'll notice, your maid, after you check in, after the first time she turns on the room, she's going to wrap up towels and stick them on the ends of the tub. Why? Because it leaks like a sieve if she doesn't. It'll pour all over the floor. So there's just a lot of odd things about these rooms that just is kind of a shame. They really need to do a makeover of these rooms, give them a nice coat of paint, and make some better use of the space, because overall they are fairly large rooms. It's just the space isn't used well. So would I stay in this room again? Probably not. If I go back here, I'm going to go for one of the less expensive rooms, just because it's really hard to justify the extra money you pay out for the concierge level here for the amenities you get in return. If they were more usable and the rooms a little laid out nicer, yeah, I'd consider it. But the way they are, no, I would definitely go with one of the cheaper rooms. I hope you enjoyed my overview of this room. I'm going to be posting a review of the resort as well. That's going to cover the bars, the restaurants, the layout, some of the features. I'm also going to be posting some of the VR videos. And even if you don't have a headset, you can play them, and YouTube will let you click and drag around, change your view. If you have any questions, just post them out there as comments, and I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can.